Hey, everybody. I'm going to turn the sound down on the headset for a minute. I actually could probably just pause emulation. That's probably not a bad idea. Okay. Yay. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. This is set up weird. So, hey, everybody, it's Wednesday. Welcome back to Sailor Moon Another Story here on the Lady Aileros Network. I'm Kat. I'm your host, and we're going to be wandering around Canada with Sailor Jupiter today. And maybe get into Venus's story. I think she's in Turkey. I think that was the only one that was left, question mark. So, we'll see. Oof. Try not to pull the headset out of the... Oh, wires dangled everywhere. Need better solutions. Need a bigger studio. Need more house. Don't want to have more house, don't want to clean more house. So we're kind of stuck. So yeah, it's Wednesday. It's nice out. Actually, it's fairly warm out. So we're back to like actual September weather, which I don't know. I kind of enjoyed that hit of October there for a while. So maybe again soon. Things are going well. Got some stuff rearranged in here. Nothing that's going to affect the stream, just some stuff for me. And we are really just kind of ready to rock this. I see how far we get. And we'll talk about later at the end of the stream. So first, let's re-enable Emu. Let's rerun the game. Let's get the controller. Let's come up here and remember that it's not the one I think it is. Let's look at the bounding box and realize it's all kinds of goofy at the moment. And wonder what the heck we were thinking. There we go. The problem is, doesn't remember sizes. It always is going to boot the game at a certain size, and I have to resize the window manually, and it's kind of a crapshoot whether or not it actually works. Digital Artemis. Oh, hey, something is very wrong with our controller. Whoa, okay, stop. Something is very wrong here. Config controllers. Something did not configure correctly. I did this earlier today. Oop. I have no idea. Alright, let's try this again, perhaps with less insanity. Why are my buttons not buttoning? I guess I need to test a little bit farther than just, okay, it works. So what else? Look, we're troubleshooting online. That never, ever, ever happens on this stream. Oop. Ban that bot. It's a good thing we were paused. It let me ban the bots. And delete that spam. And go back to, let's get back into the emulator, and then we can Oh. This is like the touchiest. Dear Open Emu devs, please fix things. Love me. All right. All right. Things seem to be better. All right. Excellent. Much better. Okay. The end of last stream, we had gotten Jupiter up to level 12. So we're in good shape. We're now at the front of the formation. So we're doing tons of damage. Just the usual controller problems. It's SNES 9X does not play super nicely with controllers, or at least my controller. And this is the village I want to be in. So it's just so the usual, just trying to deal with what button is what. There are better solutions. Unfortunately, they break the sound software that I need to use. Okay. Sure. Propose to a woman. He must find a particular artifact to declare himself, like that. Like that pendant I'm wearing. All right. So I need to find poor Mary's house. It's probably a very large house. We found the secret puzzle pieces. How are you, 48K? How's things? That's the inn. That's where we were. Nobody here to talk to. We're just gonna. It's JRPG, so we're just gonna wander in and out of people's houses. Because that's what you did back in the day when you played one of these games. Where is... Aha! This is probably... Good word. Is Metis adding new rubbish to its equally rubbish village? Things are... Yeah, I love that you think I have money. Yeah, I could play from an SNES Mini. I could also get a flash cart. I could get the whatever that gizmo that Rex has and use that. But I'm trying to do this a little bit on the cheap. Oof, listen here, young lady. You stay away from Mishi and you are never to return. What the heck? Have you heard? Our chief's manor was built atop ancient ruins. Oh, goody. Hack PlayStation Classic that I use for all my retro console gaming. Yeah, I mean, I would love to, something like that would be pretty cool. I mean, honestly, bet you there's a back entrance I'm supposed to sneak in. When I say we don't want that boy for Menace. He's just after the chief's fortune and he'll see none of it. So get that whole Romeo and Juliet. Okay, I thought maybe there was a secret passage. Maybe not. Things have started to fall down, probably because you built it on ancient ruins, you idiot. Yeah, I think... What's the PlayStation? Is that the one? Is that the little USB looking one that is that the little one that had like all the games on it? That's essentially like a pie in a case. We're gonna need to look up Cheat Step already. We're gonna need to get on Cheat Step already. I bet we are. Oh yeah. I mean, there are. Unfortunately, and I don't think OpenEmu's devs are gonna fix this, which stinks. Oh, hey, there's a thing on that island that I probably need to get. Something since... Is this a necklace? Yeah, it's a tree pendant, like the one I got from George. Excuse me, could you please bring that up here somehow? Huh? Did you drop this from the window? Yeah, it looks like a teeny tiny little cute PlayStation. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Are you the person Father raised his voice at? Did you come from Metis? Your pendant. Oh, it's just like George's. Tell me, is he well? Yep. Shh, we shouldn't talk so loud. Your dad's like right downstairs. I'm Jupiter. I'm here because I want to see if I can lend you two a hand. First things first, do you want to get back together with George? Yeah, I want to be with him more than anything in the world. Heart. You really ought to just put it out there like that, huh? Uh-oh. I told you. Who are you speaking with? Unlock this door. There's nowhere to hide. Under the bed. Yeah, I think... Yeah, like, because they're collector's items now. Answer me right this instant. He's coming. Quick, you should climb back out the window. I've got a better idea. How about I break down this wall? Excuse me? Don't be absurd. How would you do such a thing? Just watch. Because she's Sailor Jupiter and she's awesome. Earth-shattering. It's no big deal. Except you think... But it looks like the way out's sealed. Guess I've gotten bulldozed through again. No, this should take us underground. It's an ancient tunnel leading into ruins, or so I've heard. However, it's unknown as to where it goes or if there is even an exit. Yeah, those things, yeah, I know, yeah, they have definitely commanded pretty good prices on the aftermarket market. Let's go! We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out on the way. Are they still available? I mean, for as often as I do this, honestly, I'll deal with this. Emerald earrings. Right on. I know where those go. In her ears. Speed up for Sailor Jupiter. I don't really like... Still available? Yeah. I mean, this is, like I said, for as often as I do it this way, this will work. I mean, I will eventually get the flash cart thingy. That is what I actually want. All right, let's just do it like this. So that's, I mean, that's that's what I actually want to do. If I spend money, it's going to be on something like that. All right. Speed up for Sailor Jupiter. Attack. Oh, no. Speed up. Attack up. And defense up. Flashcards are in my consoles. I never play on really. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's easy until you decide you want to stream it on a Mac. But then that's kind of one of the things I like about there we go. I like doing it from actual hardware just because... Alright, so where's the others? Because usually they're pretty close together. Bet you that's it. Yes, I know Max cause blueberry. Red berry. I think I need those later. I'm even going to see where the other... Yeah, but what are my other options, really, at the end of the day? I know there are lots of other options. I'm totally being facetious. No, I mean, I like it. It's just, unfortunately, it's that whole does not play well with others. Okay. Mary's house, da 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 da. Oh, okay, there's a couple things I need to go back and get. While we do stuff here. Mac? Oh, OS X. It does not play well with others. Yeah, Windows. OS X does not play well with others. That's most of the problem with trying to do stuff like this from a Mac, is that OS X is designed to there's an herb I need. Yes. You know, it's because it has to do with I assume, at least it has to do with how they lock down the OS. All right, I get the premium ticket, the Medius herb. A plot with a blue top barrel next to it, and that's going to be like the last hidden puzzle piece. Okay. Yes, exactly. And, you know, that's... Found a puzzle piece. Yeah, and that's, you know, you want to do this? Pay us for this app. You want to do this? Pay us for the app. You want to do this? Pay us for the app. Um... I'm just trying to read make sure I don't miss. I feel like I should get another set of something. Um, where is Wacky? Okay. Maybe there is only one. Yeah, OS X is Apple. That's Apple's MO, is give us money. So hey, whatever. I think there's stuff to kill in this area. Yes, there is stuff to kill in this area. Yay, stuff. I think this is another grindy area. Probably. Alright. Exploring every corner. I mean, Apple just wants you to pay Apple more money. Because there are apps that will let you do things like capture audio from other apps. But they cost a ton of money because, like, I feel like some of it, you know, Apple's very anti-piracy, and, you know, it makes it harder to do things like pirate movies and pirate music, and but it also makes it harder to do stuff like this. think that was a speed up accessory, so now it's like... Alright, I want to check something real quick. Fine, on this page, E-dots. Um, earring, earring, earring. Alright, find some emerald earrings. Okay. Oh, okay, so blue top, move down, left or down. Aha! Found it. She has a ring. I knew she had another thing around here somewhere. I just needed to figure out where it was. Go left and keep moving. Keep going left. Ruined temple. Okay. Looking for a large ruined temple. Going left. Okay. I think we were actually going the right way at the beginning. It's like little bits of the last time I played this, 10 or 15 years ago, are occasionally bubbling up in my brain. And then I have to check a fact just to make sure I'm not crazy. I mean, I know I'm crazy, but not like, crazy in that way. Not crazy in... Make sure that I'm remembering right. But yeah, I mean, such is life. I mean, hopefully soon, Nox will come out and then we'll be back on the hardware. Speaking of hardware, I did swap the CRT back into... There it is. I swapped the CRT back into the GS, and so that was fun. I played a little... I wish that it told you, like, so what it's not doing is, like, if I highlight this, I want it to tell me what it's actually doing for me. Okay, so we good. We got all of our we got our two shiny prizes. Which is really what I wanted, was my shiny prizes. Because anything I can do to make this... the harder I hit, the better off we are. But the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up... I feel like, partially because I like the Outer Senshi better, and partially because Saturn is amazing, I think I end up beating this with mostly the Outer Senshi. I think it's like the last time I beat it, I'm pretty sure I beat it with all the outers. And Moon, so it was like Moon, Pluto, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Because I'm almost like sure you have to use Moon in the final fight, because that would make sense. Where am I supposed to go? That's okay. I do want to get a couple levels down here. Oh, hey, that was dumb. But not terribly dumb. She does a heckin' chunk of damage there, yo. Alright. Am I supposed to go into the temple or what? Probably. AoE! AoE! Very important. Woohoo! I'll take that. This is like a ruined village? I mean, obviously we're now, like, stomping on everything. Which is exactly where we want to be, except that I know that this game, as we've already seen, kind of is very good about lulling you into a false sense of security. You can be stomping on, like, all these trash mobs, and as we found out last stream, I think it was, and you get to the boss and you get your butt handed to you, like, so hard. And let's not do that. I guess the ruins you were talking about really are down here, huh? Hey, there's something written up there. But of course, I can't read it. What I can see is the symbol of Jupiter is there. I'm trying to rack my brain, but I just don't get it at all. So you came all this way in search of the stone. How admirable. Unfortunately, you won't find it here. Who are you? If we meet again, I'll tell you. I'm just a little while in this place. We'll have a cave-in. You should get out while you still can. Was she truly serious about the cave-in? Come on, we've got to escape. Yay, it's George. Mary, George. See ya. Have a good one. Thanks for swinging by. Thank you, Jupiter. Wasn't easy, let me tell you. By the way, I had a question. Is there a way to get together without worrying about the feud? Actually, yeah, I found out something about that nephrite you need while I was hitting the books. Turns out that there's records from about 40 years ago. It was used to enter into matrimony. But where is it now? I guess it's in that protection god place. It'd be nice if we could get it. By protection god, you mean the giant tree? Yep. Sounds good. Now's your time to shine. You think I should? Yeah, go nab that stone. That way everything can get cleared up. And a certain happy couple could get back together. Sounds agreeable. For now, I shall return to Mishi. I place my faith in you, Georgiekins. Aww. Sweat drop! Anime sweat drop! Alright, where are we versus where do we need to be? Marine National Park. Okay. Tree. Tree friend. Tree friend. Tree not friend. Here's a thought. Now that we've done some plot and gotten some loot, let's find the inn and save. That would be, like, really smart. Let's use our brains. Wow, something that never happens on this stream. Actually, it happens a lot on this stream. Usually because I'm trying to figure out what I broke. Yes, write a diary entry. Save. Puzzle. I still want to see the puzzle. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. I think we have all the hidden pieces. Now it's just a matter of fighting a lot. And there's plenty of fights in this game to go. I can't remember if some of them are scripted or not. All right. Let's see how hard we get our butt kicked here. Oh, hey. Let's see how ridiculous the stuff in here is before we talk to I think Nurgle is her name. Oh, heck yeah. Where are we on the... Where are we in the grand scheme of leveling? We are level 13. We've got... maybe do a little bit of grinding here. Because it's not like it's going to take that long. Especially if we get into a fight every other step. Wow, RNG, not our friend. So you're still alive, I see. Yeah, now you'd better tell me who you are. I'm Opposito Marduk. Now, Nurgle we already fought. A warrior who crossed space-time protected by the planet Jupiter. Hold up, you crossed space-time? Wait a minute, squeeze me, baking powder. It's one peaceful day after another. Yep, we're living in a real paradise. The legendary silver crystal sure lives up to its name. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. After all, if it wasn't for its power, the world would fall into chaos. Horrible wars would start again. We really do owe everything to the silver crystal. Stop going on about peace. Don't you know anything? So many of those wars started because of the silver crystal. I mean, she's not wrong. The Dark Kingdom, the Black Moon, the Deathbusters. There's 2 more you haven't even experienced yet. You just keep yourself in the dark, refusing to see reality for what it really is. Now I understand, Marduk. Apsu, mankind is full of fools. They don't even understand that this current peace is nothing but a sham. Yes. Alas, the past shall eventually repeat. So long as the silver crystal exists, its bloody history will haunt the world. All right, Apsu, I'm in. We'll get that crystal and completely eradicate the wars it caused. Marduk, I knew you would accept. Sailor Jupiter, I commend you for getting this far, but that's as far as you go. I'll be the one who gets the stone first. Ah ha 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 ha. Sure. I'm going to kick your tukis. Conspicuously placed save point? Yes. Save? Yes. Grind? Yes. Would like to get at least 1 more level. This is a good place to grind because there is a save point right here. Oh my goodness, it was a long... Yeah, today was a long day at day job. So... But I really need this, like, chill time tonight. So, like, yeah, it was a long day. I'll just probably go to bed pretty quickly after I get offline. Thursday and Friday are my not bad days, my heavy days, I guess, is what you would be the best way to put it. So I'm pretty sure all these monsters are monsters of the week. If I knew, like, I don't know, if I could have Wiki Moon up. I really, like, again, could really use a couple more monitors, but literally no space. Even if I didn't have, well, I mean, the GS isn't going anywhere. But I just literally, I mean, I couldn't even put another table in this room to put another monitor on. The only thing, if would be if I could somehow, I have a CRT over here that I could somehow get, but then we have the 15 kilohertz flyback problem, which I'm sure the television will create with equal aplomb as the Apple Color, or whatever the GS monitor's called. I know it's not Apple Color, it's something different. I think it's the GS monitor. Let's call a spade a spade. It's the proprietary monitor that Apple made to go with the Apple II GS. Because Apple's, people who think of this as a new thing, don't remember the early days. I mean, come on, the Compact Max. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. The Compact Max used a phone. Well, it's not an actual, you can't go to the phone to buy, you can't just get a phone cable and use it for your Mac keyboard. But that's basically what it looks like. So I think we're at level 14. Maybe get one more. Let's see what we're up against for one more. If I finish this before Nox comes out, I may go hard on Ultima 2. Or Ultima 4 also. Ultima 2 was hard. I need to look. So, I know I have the GS port of Ultima 1, and I don't know if it's a perfect direct port or if they made quality of life improvements, i.e. made it a little bit less unforgiving. Probably not for the era. They probably just ported it. Oh yeah, we wanted to check our status. Okay, we only need a few more fights. And we're getting there. Only on something like this could you have a puzzle with flat pieces like that. That would, as someone who loves putting together IRL jigsaw puzzles, that would be the literal worst. Okay, body, I get it. We're tired. Could you not? That'd be kind of awesome. I also know that I'm super behind on VODs. That's a this weekend project. I think I'm gonna have some extra little time finally. Or if I get done here, maybe I can just, because it's now that it's cool enough that I can leave the Mac Pro on all night, I can actually do batch uploads. And we've been getting some pretty clean recordings that I haven't had to futz with too much. Sometimes that's the delay, is just the fact that I have to process when I have to post-process them for stuff, that's when it takes forever. Okay, now that I want 2 stacks because I want to level, it's giving me all 1 stacks because the game hates me. Why game hate me? Could I have some 2 stacks back, please? Just want a few more hit points. Is that too much to ask? Yes. Okay. Here, 2 stacks. Here, 2 stacks. Please come visit me. So, what's up here? Are there more 2 stacks up here? That would be nice. I feel like there's more than 2 layers to this tree. Yes, 2 stacks. We like 2 stacks. 2 stacks are twice as much XP, and that's what we want. That's what we're talking about. Ah. I celebrated too soon. Hey, we got the level, though. That's good. So we're at 15? I assume there's going to be a save point before the actual fight. Got lots of yen, too, so that's helpful. Nope, that's not what I want. Did I map something weird? Possibly. So yeah, all Senshi have it. They all have a gemstone. Okay. Gotta have a tower. Gotta have lots of tower looking things. I just now noticed that when they have the attack and the name comes up over their head, it's like a tiny little speech bubble. I just now noticed that. That's such a cool little detail. I love a game that has just tiny little that has just it's those little tiny details that can just really make a game awesome. I don't think I had noticed last time I played this. I mean, not obviously on this machine, but when I played this years and years ago, I was obviously, not playing it on an LCD because we really didn't have LCD monitors yet. Yes, there was a time. There was in the dark times before LCD monitors were even a thing. When we played on CRTs and we liked it. But wow, darn, am I doing a lot of damage. How many layers does the tree have? Tree is very tall. Those are new and different. And hopefully worth more experience. Yes, worth more experience. And I got a bento, a box lunch. Yeah, I feel like I vaguely remember some of these from the anime. Apparently, they're gonna one of the services is getting the Viz dub, because a bunch of people lit up my socials with that, and I don't know, I might try a couple episodes just so I can say I tried it. I liked the original. I liked some of the original voices, but at the same time, there's a nostalgia thing there. Sailor Moon was really the first anime I super got into. The first anime I think I ever saw that wasn't like Astro Boy when I was a kid, and I didn't know what Astro Boy was. Besides, that's a really neat, cool drawing style. I think the first anime I got shown that really made me kind of notice stuff was Ghost in the Shell, the original movie. But Sailor Moon was the first anime I really fell in love with, and made it a point to, well, not necessarily, it was on fairly early in the morning, because it was in one of those kids' cartoon blocks, so I didn't necessarily want to get up and watch it, but that's why we had VCRs. VCR, for those kids, is what we had before we had DVR. Go up the steps, please. Thank you, Jupiter. Search every corner for stuff. Let's take our new level out for a spin and see what it does. It absolutely trashes things. That's what we want, to absolutely trash things. Alright, let's finish this Romeo and Juliet thing we got going on here. Yep, alright. Write a diary entry. Yes! No, not use an item. Write a diary entry. Save here. And go this way. And probably knock this Apposita Senshi on her butt. Well, that was fast, but not fast enough. The stone is mine. Ah! Did she just fall out of the tree? She fell. Jump down after her? Yes. Are we gonna do the cool Black Widow landing too? I'm so annoyed, by the way, about the whole Black Widow getting I am, but I'm not. I want to see Black Widow in theaters. And I totally get that why they're putting it off, but I want to see that movie so bad. Get the rock! Nephrite Slate Stone! Yay! Oh. Stop right there! Quick, get this stone back to Mary. But it's alright, just go. I will handle her probably in 1 or 2 turns. Don't you worry. You might have the stone, but all I need is to end you. You want to kill me, huh? That your idea, or is it someone else calling the shots? I'm the only one telling me what to do, except for, Apsu and that other, spooky woman. And I've decided that each and every last one of you sailor soldiers needs to die. Then I'll get the silver crystal. I'm gonna, like, stomp you and... I'm going to stomp you into fine paste. There, Chica. She said I'd be stronger than the sailor soldiers, but did she really grant me the power to change destiny? Sailor Jupiter, you might have beaten me today, but don't even dare think you'll win next time. I will totally win next time. What's that name she said? Apsu? Who is that? Did she say something about changing destiny? Jupiter, wow, not a single scratch on you. You're really something else, you know that? Great chef, super strong, you are unlike any girl I've ever met. You're making me blush. Aw, anime blush. Is the stone safe? Yeah, we should hurry and let my old man know that we got it. No, his house is, I think, one more over. Yeah, it's this monstrosity. So we're definitely going to have to do a ton of grinding with Venus, too, because that's kind of all of part and parcel of all of these. You found the nephrite at the top of the protection tree. I bet that had something to do with it. George, we're going to Mishi, now. Why? I thought you weren't on good terms with Mishi. This is a bad idea, but whatever. Probably should save. I think we just have to do... At this point, it's pretty much just mopping up plot, and then we get to go on to Venus's story. Going east, across the woods, through the woods, through the woods. Through the woods where the stumps are. I assume we want to go up to the scary castle. Where the guy yelled at us. And we knocked over a wall. This outsider found the nephrite on top of the protection tree. That's right, and you're the one who put it there, you low-down slime. Good show. You old badger, it certainly took you long enough to find it. Admit it, you did all this because you were so attached to your little sister. Good grief, man, don't start this again. After all, who was the one without the manhood to find the stone? Was this huge car argument caused by these old guys bickering for 40 years? Yes. Because that is how the world works. Old guys bicker and cause... Yes, that's... You're too young to have read Romeo and Juliet. You're only in like 7th or 8th grade at this point. Little sister? Father, does this mean that George's mother is your younger sister? And so that would make George's mother my aunt? My aunt? You've never spoken of Auntie before. Indeed, and we'd cut ties ever since they made your union. This old hoser was such a stick in the mud, I could never stand him. Because we have to be as stereotypically Canadian as we possibly can. We have to call, yeah, you hoser. Like, no, like, I know Canadians and they don't talk like that. And I don't mean the Canadians I watch on YouTube. I love Loading Ready Run Forever. I'm talking about, like, you know, the actual Canadians I interact with on a day-to-day basis in clan and stuff. Like, please stop with the you know, it's... This is not the 90s and we're not watching Due South. I beg your pardon. You heard me. Mary and I are related? Ew, gross. Regretfully, that seems to be the case. I beg you to reconsider, dearest. Yes, this green-haired boy's father wanted my beloved little sister. But the coward lacked the fortitude to acquire the nephrite. What are you talking about? You're the weirdo with a sister complex. You said the stone was in the ruins, and I searched through them far and wide. Just admit you lied, you bald-headed idiot. Let me get this straight. The Mishi chief didn't want his sister getting married. Correct. So he pulled a nasty prank on the Metis chief. Correct. George, Mary, I think it's up to you to let the villages know. I beg your pardon? What? Do that and maybe everyone will put a stop to this stupid feud once and for all. Good word. As the village chieftains, that make us look bad. Yes, because you're idiots. Are you saying I'm to make amends with this ruffian? Yes. If he says sorry first, I guess I could make my peace with it. What are you, 12? Excuse me. You heard me. You say you're sorry first. God, are you 5? I think not. You first. No, you. No, you. You're 5. No, you. It's like arguing with a preschooler. No, you. No, you. So you're okay with me spilling the beans to everyone? Ah, put her there. Are you 2 toddlers? Yes! Yeah. Jupiter read my mind. Yes, they're toddlers. I'm real sorry for dragging you into all this, Jupiter, but now I don't think we'll need this legend of the Nephrite anymore. Here, take it so your friend can recover. Thanks, I'll do just that. You got Nephrite's Lightstone. Thanks for everything. I'll drop by again. I'd say we're the ones who should give our thanks. I believe this things will go smoothly from here on out. Take care. I wish you guys the best. And that leaves me with a broken heart. Oh well, at least I got the stone. Okay, everybody's waiting for me, so I'd better get back home. And now Luna's gonna walk in. Out of the... Oh, de Luna. Mako's search for the stone is over. Yay! Jot it down in the diary. Yes. Oh my goodness, yes, jot it down in the diary. Oh, yeah. Whoops. So we can do Venus. Story. All right. Oh, we get Artemis. Yay! Accessories. Venus. What do we have in our... Defense up, speed up. All right. Defense. Speed. Because she is squishy like Hunter or something. Oh, we got an Artemis. Yay. All right, I think we're in Turkey. Do we get some plots? I found an all cure. Cool. So there's some. So we're finding lots of stuff. I'm not getting into any fights, which I'd really like to find some fights. Oh, okay, we gotta initiate plot first. Oh, Artemis, here it is. It's Kunzite's Lightstone. Yay! You got Kunzite's Lightstone. That was quick. Great job, Venus. Now that this is done, let's get back to Japan. Oh no, that can't be good. No need to worry. Probably just a light tremor or something. Don't be so nervous. He's a cat. Like, nervous is in his DNA. Topaz bracelet. Okay. Topaz is her stone. Oops. No. Accessories. Venus. Attack up. All right. This is like the one thing I will say about this game is like super clunky. Attack up. Let's go defense and defense. Not super worried about speed right now. Would rather put up a good defense. Search every corner of the cave. Because if you think it's that easy, you are wrong. Alright, Venus, Venus, Venus. Cereal flower, topaz bracelet, a must equip on Venus. Okay. We're good here. We can move on to... Okay. I think that's everything. Whoops! Ah! I knew it! Artemis is so smart. Chapter 2, In Search of the Stones, Sailor Venus and her cat. To Artemis with your tail. Where'd we wind up? Is this some kind of town? So we fell down a hole with a village at the bottom? Yes, Artemis, that's exactly what happened. Hey, Minnie, thank you very much for the follow. I don't know why my notification didn't pop, or if it popped, I wasn't paying attention, but thank you very much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I saw what happened. Are you all... I think Streamlabs is being stupid. I think I just need to blow away and redo all my Streamlabs stuff, which I want to redesign it anyway, so maybe that might be like a Thanksgiving break project. You're the loveliest vision I've ever set my eyes on. You must be the incarnation of beauty. Well, she is Sailor Venus. Be with me. Ignore him, please. Come and stay at my home. This is just like creepy. That radiant smile, surely the gods itself envy it. A lovely maiden such as you deserves only the finest adornments. I humbly offer this pure yellow bloom. You got a cereal blossom. Please allow me to show you around the village. No, I will. No, I shall. No, me. No, me. No, me. Everybody's a freaking toddler tonight. What the heck? Ah! Why are you guys even doing this? Just run. Yes, just run. Run away from the scary, creepy stalker boys. The scary, creepy stalker boys are following us. We got stalker boys. And they move in formation. We're being group stalked. Ah! Run away, run away. In here. Just duck inside this house. Just duck inside this random house. Because it's a JRPG and that's what you do. Hey, Artemis, did you notice that there seem to be only men in this village? It's pretty strange. That could be why they're all on top of you like white on rice. I want to get up there to the things. Alright, check every corner for stuff. Is nobody home? Well, speak of the devil, someone's coming. Ah! Did she just like hide in the bed? I know you're in here. You've got a lot of nerve to sneak into the house of the renowned Darcy. I think we've been found out. Well, someone's been sleeping in my bed. Maybe I should just give him a little look-see. What do we do, Artemis? I think we should get out of hiding and hope he's friendly. It's your call. I'm sorry. I crashed in town and the next thing I knew I had a bunch of guys chasing me. I'm called Venus. Beautiful. Such a gorgeous lady. I must be in love. You're the spitting image of the goddess. Venus, huh? What a pretty name. It suits you perfectly. Thanks for the compliments, but... Excuse me. The men in this village have forgotten beauty like yours. What's this place called? Rias Village. I'm sure you've noticed, but only men live here. Yeah, we totally noticed. Venus, may I call you by name? Yeah, that's fine, but I've still got a few questions. Is it inside of a cave or something? Never mind that for now. You know, I think I speak for all the men in Rias when I say that I'm glad to see a visitor. And such a beautiful one to boot. Artemis, did you hear he called me beautiful? I guess he did. Whack her across the... You guess? And just what does that mean, Artemis? Nothing, I promise. We'll have to throw a feast tonight in your honor. It'll take some time to prepare. Would you spend some time in the village until then? Okay. So are Stalker Boys going to leave me alone now? Because that would be amazing. I could see you 100 times and still feel dazzled. Y'all are creepy. You're gonna love the feast tonight. Alright, here's the inn. So let's write a diary entry because plot has happened. Environmentally appropriate music. Kind of chill. Kind of good for right now. I hope you'll dance with me during festivities. Lady Venus, where are you going? Out to fight some stuff. Missed out on all the fun. Well, now that you mention, yes. Absolutely, 100%, yes. So much yes. What does this item shop have to offer? I've been playing without sound this whole time. Why did nobody tell me I was playing out without sound this whole time? I'm so sorry. I could have sworn I clicked. What else? Okay, so now that scares me. What did I click? Because I clicked something before we started this whole mess. Oh, now I feel like a big Stewie head. That is actually about how my day is going. So in case you're wondering, yeah, that's about right. Ooh, yeah, let's get a bunch of those. Because my audio and the stream audio are completely separate. Either that, or I bumped something somewhere along the line. Well, I'll go back. But I'm sure it's, that is about right for today. This is why I can't have nice things. I'm afraid preparation for the feast are still underway. Perhaps in the meantime you should speak with the men in the village. Okay, sure, as long as they're not all gonna, like, chase me around in formation again. No. That is a big fat negatory. I'm gonna say no. Do I have to talk to every single one of these goobers? Because that is just not a thing I want to do, is talk to every single one of these dudes. Yeah. Y'all are creepy. And, like, not creepy in that good way, creepy in not creepy in that creepy way. No, I've got to get this rock back to Japan so that my friend doesn't die because JRPG. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to because you are all weird. Quiet down, we could spend a little time together. No. I have my cat, and that's all I need is my cat. Artemis is... He is the best. They're going to be held in the temple. Let's head to the venue and check things out. They should be done settling up by now. Yeah, I think I had to talk to, like, everybody in the village to get the idea that, yeah, y'all are desperate. Again, not in that good way, in that goofy way. Lady Venus, you're just in time. The feast is ready. Oh, goody. So just guys spinning around. And so how long are we gonna sit here? I think we've had our fun. We should get back to Japan as soon as possible. Don't be such a party pooper, Artemis. Besides, I think they notice if I stuck away right now. Let's wait just a bit. You're on a dais in front of the whole freaking thing. Yeah, they're gonna notice. Artemis, you use your brain. You use party. Yeah. I'm not sure why there are two dudes. Like, are you enjoying yourself? Not really. My friend is really sick, and I have to get this rock back to him, so I'd, like, super appreciate it if you would just, like, let me go. Oh, hey, cool. Alrighty, that jerk who took Kunzite Stone is around here somewhere. Go and find them. If somebody gets in your way, make them hurt real bad. And so, the incredible Ishtar begins a super good search for the stone. I bet Lady Ops is going to be a fat reward when I find it. Ishtar means something very, very different to me. Not on my watch. Oh, who are you? I'm the pretty soldier who lights her love and beauty, Sailor Venus. Your little scheme is over. As long as I'm here, evil Zulus will never do as they please. Whatever, just get out of my face. Hey everybody, can you, like, take care of her, please? I think she's supposed to be, like, a valley girl or something, so I should probably read her like this, but that's just gonna, like, drive me nuts. Do I have a... Okay. This is why we have all of the defense things on. So that we can take care of them. Good. We got a level, possibly two, I'm not sure. Ah! The stone's been taken and you show up. This just totally is not my day. You meanie. What did I do? You knocked Kunzite's statue over. Why is there a statue of Kunzite here? Eep, that was spooky. Good thing I've got this barrier thingy to protect me. Am I turned to stone? I think everybody got turned to stone. Except the cat. Works for me. This Venus chick's a rock nail too. Serves you right. She's got the stone. There's still a major downer. I've got to find that Kunzite stone or else the king's gonna get all better. And I'm no good at finding stuff. Soft. Venus, you're okay. Why is there a statue of Kunzite here? Game please. Please, game please. Oh, hey! Ah! He's still alive in there. Okay, well, at least they're not chasing me. No, we'll take care of this. Alright, we gotta do something. The whole village has been turned to stone. What in the world? Everybody's rock. Everybody's made of rock. Insert rock and roll joke here. Yep, every single last one of them, including the one that won't let you leave. So let's take our level 7 butt out to the middle of Grindy Land and go to town. I don't think it turned the... there's a cave here! This could be important, because it's showing it to me as it scrolls around the map. I can't imagine why. Everybody was turned to stone. Artemis, we've got to do something. Alright. Where is out? Hey, there we go. Oh, that's not terrible. Here's an interesting question. Where are we and where do we want to be? Both level-wise and map-wise. Okay. We're at level 7. I am sure we want to be much higher than level 7. Oh, no. Crescent beam shower. Oof! Yeah, we super need some levels. But yeah, the sound thing, that's another good reason to have a flashcard. Someday. Streaming is not the most... For as much as I try to do this on a budget, it is not the most budget-friendly hobby. I can't remember what her little storyline is. But at least we're in the 3-digit hit points. We're just gonna hang out here close to the edge of the village. Because I do want to see what some of the other attacks look like. She almost sounds like she's saying meow or meow when she gets hit, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. Grinding, grinding, grinding. Oof. The ones that don't actually, where she doesn't actually have, she has a vocalization, but not necessarily like words that like were cribbed from the anime, I think might be manga only attacks, and therefore they wouldn't have, like they gave the actresses credit because they sampled it from the anime, not because they had the actresses come in and record any new dialogue or lines, so... I think if it's a manga only attack, it's just there's like a vocalized something. How are we doing? That is super not what I wanted to do. First I want to look at the puzzle. First I want to look at... Well, I don't want to look at link text. I don't have any link. I don't have any other soldiers to do links with. Oh, hey, yeah, we got that whole... We finished that whole thing in the middle. We're getting there. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Alright. And our status is... Oof. Our status is, get with the grinding. So it's a grind stream. Yay! Oh hey, it missed. Things missing me is sometimes the best that you can hope for. But, I mean, I'm only taking 1 hit point. I'm not sure where I am in the formation, either. I should look. I mean, I'm not getting my butt kicked, so I'm not necessarily gonna move myself. Formation. Oh, okay, I'm in the front. Okay, so I'm in the front, so... I'm squishy, but I'm not as squishy as I could be. I mean, I'm... But, oh boy, would I like to get some more levels. Oh, Toxic Mist, yay. And it missed, excellent. Alright, so this is the cave we just looked at. I'm sure there's something important in that cave that I have to find. Hey, another level, excellent. Woohoo. Probably should go save. Alright, everything. Searching every corner. I mean, I don't want to stray too far. I don't want to accidentally find that line of, "You are past where you should be, and now everything is going to wreck your face." Except that I don't think I'm going the right direction. I mean, I'm holding my own, so... Would like to be getting more than 9 XP a whack, though. That'd be nice. And as long as I'm going before them, we're good. Is this? Okay, so the music changed. There's like a temple. Neat. Wonder where her— I can't remember where her second piece of jewelry is. Can I go in the temple? Venus! I feel a strong evil presence here. Let's stay away. You're right, this place is kind of suspicious. Venus, you are super not ready! The game says, ha ha ha, no, this part of the game is going to make you into a fine mist. A fine mist of Sailor Senshi. Which is super not where I want to be. We somehow get Pluto too, even though she's supposed to be dead, and I can't remember. That's what I kind of want to get to, is the how do they actually, because at this point it's like, I'm trying to remember, how do they actually work Pluto into this mess? Oh, hey, cool. Welcome to we found the women! Zaxxon Keep. Yep, been there, done that. Hey, we found the village full of women! Funny how that works. Madame Verna is descended from a line of Magi. She foresaw your arrival in our village, Lady Venus. Just now I saw a wave of darkness coming from the east. What in the world was it? All the boys are stone! Sorry about that. Yes, write a diary entry. Okay, I guess we need to go talk to... I'm guessing up in the temple we need to go talk to the whatever her name is. So where was that temple-looking thing? There it was. Lady Venus. Madame Verna has been expecting you. Please, if you would come this way. What should we do? I guess we're meeting with this Verna woman, aren't we? Sure. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lady Venus. How do you know who I am? I just got here. I am called Verna. Lady Venus, please follow me. I just want to go back to Japan. Why is this so hard? Oh, hi. Hello. Is that a statue of me? Yes, that's right. But I barely know anything about this place. The answer is simple. You have visited Serial in a previous life. Past life stuff, huh? The Moon Kingdom had fallen and so had this village. But when the holy light of the moon once again fell upon the ruins, I knew the truth. Both you and Princess Serenity were both reborn in this era. Is that so? Verna, something awful has happened. Everyone in Ria's village has turned to stone. It must have been caused by that wave of darkness. Unfortunately, I'm at a loss at how to free them. But perhaps Sage Radina might know. Where can I find her? Leaving the village and heading north, you'll find an ancient keep known as Zaxxon. Sage Radina will be there. This much is certain, but... Thank you, Verna. I'm off to restore Rias then. Please take care. Beasts have taken to roaming outside the village lately. Yeah, I know. I've been, like, slaughtering them. So I really need to remember to post that fan art, or not fan art, it's actually official art. It's from one of the art books of the Senshi with the Shiteno, because that's real. This game really plays into that idea, and I think this might be the story that really gets in on that the most. Okay, so this is north. Alright. Alright, maybe it's more the case of plot says you know go here now. Istar is very, very weird. Yeah, Istar is very, very weird. Also, if you haven't visited the puzzle at this point, do so now. Oh, wow. Do. Level 15, you'll have very little problems, can be tough, can feel at all times. Oof, goodness. I'm, like, looking for her next piece of jewelry. Oh, it would help if I could type topaz. Topaz bracelet. Okay. Quite a ways. Quite a ways away from that. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so we might want to actually do some fights in here, because... Ooh! Yeah, ouch. We might not be ready for this area. Alright, well, let's take the new level out for a spin and see. And if not, we're right by the door and we can duck back outside. That's not... could be better. Yeah, could be a lot better. I could move her back, I guess. But that's gonna super affect our damage. Yeah, we need a lot more hit points. It's grind time, yo. Yep, we'll do that. Oh, I think we actually have to go down here. There we go. I think we have to go to the next screen. Get into a few more fights that are a little bit easier. Because honest, I mean, it's not like it's just that, gosh, do they do a lot of damage. Also, it says I want to finish the puzzle. How close are we to doing that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Probably doable in the amount of grinding we have to do. Hobby goofing off. I mean, it's not wrong. If you've watched the anime, it's not wrong. She's, you know, slacker par excellence. There's a wonderful line in Sailor Stars when they're all being all excited about having their Juban High School uniforms, and Mina's excited because she's gonna now go to the same school as them. I probably should have looked to see where we were. We got a long way to go. And her and Usagi are talking about how they can, like, have after-school detention together because they're both terrible students and, like, massive slackers. So they're all like, yay, at least we'll have friends in detention! Which is, like, the most high school thing ever. See, the problem is that I'm impatient, and I really want to like level up. But I feel like slow and steady is probably the best way to do this, so we don't get TPK'd, because there's only one of us, and it's not that hard to get TPK'd when there's only one of you. See also some of my early Ultima streams. Especially when TPK means you are starting basically from scratch. Hey, Gorsar! Welcome back! It's going really well! Messing around with some the Sailor Moon game. How have you been? Doing some slow and steady grinding so we don't get smacked around too hard. Also, because we need to finish this puzzle. And by finish this puzzle, I mean, like, literally, legitimately finish a puzzle. There's a whole bunch of Sailor Moon games. This is the Sailor Moon RPG. It's called Sailor Moon Another Story. Like, I can't even believe that, Twitch actually had it loaded as an option in the, like, when you go to look up the list of games to put what you're playing, and, like, usually I have to put retro, because obviously none of the Apple II stuff that I play is in there, but this was. And there are also a bunch of Street Fighter clones of the various seasons got Street Fighter clones with the characters in them. Good. Yeah, my school is also, we're in a hybrid model, so we see some of the kids some of the time. And it's been, I mean, it's going as well as one would guess. I mean, I will say that I am super excited to actually be leaving the house and going to work again. I actually, you know, I never, if you'd asked me that last March, yeah, one of the things that I've been doing is we have teachers who are teaching virtually, and I essentially proctor their classes since we don't have a lot of kids in the library right now. We don't have any kids in the library, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, no, it is actually not as bad. I figured 2 weeks and we'd have a bazillion cases and be done, but it's going really well, so I can't complain. Yeah, that's if you'd asked me last March, I would have been like, yeah, I could work from home forever. This is fabulous. But I do have some friends who are still working from home, and they're also quite excited to get back to the whole, like, it's just nice to have a schedule. It's nice to leave. You just, you know, it's nice. I work better when I'm not. I love my toys, but being around them all day is not necessarily conducive to getting work done. Puzzle. I'm trying to grind out enough puzzle pieces to finish this puzzle. That's why I keep checking it. Yeah, it's like, I need it. And I didn't realize how much I needed it until I didn't have it. So things are going quite well. I mean, it's you know, still streaming. Trying to stream more. You know, still chugging along, which is really all you can ask for in this climate. I know, like, I'm not a feral. Yeah, yes, I know, like, feral. I'm not. I was watching like an AMA of some YouTubers I enjoy, Loading Ready Run, and somebody actually in one of their AMAs is like, has anybody like basically like gone feral? And it's like, yeah, a lot of us kind of went feral during quarantine. Yeah, I mean, we started after Labor Day, so we're working on week 3 or 4. I think 3. But being pretty rural helps. It's not like there's a huge, like, we're not somewhere where like a lot of people are going to come in and out of, where you're going to get a lot of foot traffic. You're not getting a lot of traffic from outside the area. So there's not as much, people aren't going to bring it in. So, for once, being out in the middle of nowhere is actually useful. Because I know the more populated areas are the ones that are really worried about how this is all going down. I did get my hair cut. Most of the staff haven't. Yeah, I know a couple, I know University of Maryland is, some classes are meeting in, classes like labs that have to kind of meet in person are, but they still have to do, social distancing and stuff. But it's still a lot of, if you can, please, do stuff virtually. I did cut my hair because it was, I just couldn't take care of it anymore. So, see? Short hair. Very short hair. It's real hard to tell with the headset on. Now that we're at level 12, we should try up here again and see if we do a little bit better. Yeah, this is something I was kicking around, but yeah, the Sailor Moon game is something I was kicking around streaming. Yeah, this is, it got to the point where it was just so ratty and gross, and no matter what I did, it just looked really bad. And I really, I wasn't super excited about getting my hair cut, going and, dealing with that, but got through it. This is a spin-off story. This takes place after the 3rd season of the anime. So, it takes place after S, and it's a spin-off story, and it incorporates some cool stuff that maybe you wouldn't have known if, it was stuff that was definitely in the manga, and some, little pieces of things from the art books and whatnot. But it's official, but it is a spin-off story. It's essentially, it's not too terribly removed from, the Final Fantasy 6 or 5 engine. And it was 1990. Yeah, it's like a filler. It's exactly what it is. It's like a filler arc. But you can hear, they sampled the anime to get some of the voice lines, and they included them. The sprites look really good. It's a very polished game. It's kicking my butt, but hey, whatever. We're just on the grind, because at the end of the day, it's a JRPG. And it's in any JRPG, it's gonna involve a certain amount of grinding. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Items. It's just a solo. This is just a solo part. Yeah, so we're in maybe a third of the way through it. We did the introductory section, and the 4 inner senshi have to go find these stones, or else Momoro has to have the senshi come and save him again. I've only been able to grind with a fast forward button, so I can feel like I'm cheating the game. Yeah, that's not my speed. So we're getting these stones to heal Tuxedo Mask, because that's something that we tend to have to do a lot in this game. So we'll heal up more. But it's very cute, and like I said, the sprites are very well detailed. They all have their own. It's they didn't cut corners, which is refreshing since it's a game based on a pre-existing IP. And a lot of times these cash-in spin-off type games, you can tell it's just like something that was just slammed out the door. But, like, the attacks look like, you know, they all have different attack animations, and they all have different, like, when they walk, like, she stands in a completely different way than all the other, like, there's key art that shows her standing like this. So they take, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's just, it's very much a love letter to the fans. There's little references to things that you would know if you had, like, the art books. I mean, it's not just, it's a cash grab, but it's not a cheap cash grab. Either that or the studio, and I don't know that much about, like, the development of the game, but either that or the studio just really wanted to do their best. I mean, at the time when it was made, this came out in 95, and Sailor Moon, I think, ended in 90. I think it was Sailor Stars, I think, ended in 95. So the game was really at the height of its popularity, or the show was really at the, you know, super popular. You know, any anime that goes 200 episodes is, you know, you're doing pretty good there. So, you know, Kodansha probably wanted to do it justice, I would imagine. And they really did. Like, would be a good time to spin up a new way to tell the story. Yeah, exactly. Or to tell another story. Well, this was so... I assume this was started after... I mean, knowing, you know, 2 years is probably a good estimate for dev time for a game back then. How are we doing? We got a long way to go. I want at least 2 more levels. So if you figure they started in, like, 93 after Sailor Moon S, which is season 3, ended, 2 years, it's about right for development. And I'm guessing that's when they started, since that's where the game picks up. There's no references to the last 2 seasons in here. So I think that's, you know. But they, you know, but they probably knew they were going to do at least 2 more seasons, so they had a pretty good idea of what was going on. I feel like the entire manga was finished by then. I don't remember. It's been so long. It has been years since I looked at, like, I used to know all this stuff, all these facts off the top of my head. It has been years since I looked at this. And it doesn't use, I don't think it uses, maybe it does, I don't remember. I don't remember if it uses anything from the Sailor Moon filler arc, because the anime had to catch up with, or the manga had to actually catch up with the anime. So there have been a couple of filler arcs. And then the end of Stars anime is significantly different than the end of Stars in the manga. But either way, I mean, it's, you know, she does a little V thing. It's very cute. Like, they did a really nice job on the game. And I've played this once before, like years and years and years ago. Okay, we're to the point where I'd like to be doing more damage and be moving a little bit faster. Oof. Which is why I'd like to get another level or 2. Done with the stupid puzzle yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 more puzzle pieces. There's this thing, like, when you get back to Tokyo. I'm in, I think, Turkey right now. I've been to Switzerland, Nepal, Canada, and I think I'm in Turkey. I actually wasn't planning. The Jupiter story is really short. But yeah, it has all the outers in it. It has Chibi Moon in it. You know, it's quite a nicely, tightly written story. I wish she had more than one AoE attack. I probably should also heal or something. Oh wow, those guys are doing more than... I would like them to be doing less than 5 damage to me per hit, so we're definitely not where we want to be. Well, let's get out of here and go back to the village and heal. Pick up a few more random battles on the way. Let's do a save and heal. There's a boss at the top of this temple. And I don't want to get stuck in a really long boss fight, because that's just not good TV. Okay, I think there's an inn here somewhere. Item shop. Somebody's house. The inn. Okay. Yes, please. Need to heal. Heal, please. Please heal, please. Please visit us again. Write a diary entry. Yes, because I've gained like a bunch of levels. Now I want to save. We're gonna have so many. And I love that it has memory. Like, I should turn that on in more games. I forget how useful it is for grinding. Oh, hey, we got another level. Yay! Where are we? 14-ish? Yeah, could get... Where are we? 1, 2. Okay, I need 2 more puzzle pieces. So we're gonna definitely finish that. We're gonna get to level 15. Maybe get through this boss fight. Let's see. You get something. There's a point in the game where you can turn in the completed puzzle to get something. I'm kind of sort of using a FAQ in that I'm only looking at it if I get stuck or if I want to double check. Like I said, I played this game, but it's probably been 15 years since I played it. And occasionally, like, something pops into my head, and it's like, was this now, or is this later? And I'll check a FAQ just to make sure, but I'm not, like... It's not like it's not like Final Fantasy VII, where I had the FAQ, like, the book was, like, sitting in front of me the whole time I was playing. So I know something cool happens at some point in the game. And since I have to grind this out anyway, now is a good time to do this. But you do get a reward somewhere along the line for having it done. You get the final puzzle pieces for fighting, except that there's like, I think 6 or 7 of them that are actually hidden, which is another reason why it's like, I know there's hidden puzzle pieces, I don't remember where they are, and I want to finish it in the first round. So I did, like, that's like, I'm using the FAQ for like nuts and bolts type things like that, but I'm really trying to get through the game kind of on my own. These guys are, like, beating the snot out of me. Still. Luckily, they're worth lots and lots of XP. Not a lot of yen, but lots and lots of XP. But I have all of the hidden puzzle pieces. I just need to hope RNGesus blesses me with them, which RNGesus is not blessing me. I think I got all the hidden ones. I hope I got all the hidden ones. I hope I didn't miss 2 of them. That is exactly how my day is going, though, that, you know, I probably did. I may have missed them. I think eventually you can come back to these areas. Oh! Well, one more. But it has been a long, irritating day. I wanted to stream to blow off some steam, and then ended up streaming the first half of the stream with no game sound because I forgot to I flipped the switch, but I missed. I'm afraid to find out what I actually clicked on. So, yeah, it's been a day. I am probably going to, whenever I finish with this, which I'd like to maybe get partway through this chapter. Definitely want to finish the grinding. And I think I am just going to end up face planting in my bed. It has actually kind of been a week. So, and it's only Wednesday. I was in VR, so it was like an hour. I just thought no one is... Oh, yeah, I'm doing this in emulation, so you have to remember to, also my nose. I also allergies. I mute the desktop audio, I mute the audio capture when I'm trying to, like, do my spiel at the beginning. Ooh, did I finish? I did. But it has been so long since I streamed anything in emulation that I keep forgetting that I have to do that. Got there! I had this set as, I feel like I captured this, I screen capped this at one point and had it set as my desktop. Oh yeah, no, I've fall allergies, you know, it cooled off, everybody, you know, I opened the house, and now I have horrible fall allergies. And when you have a runny nose or you sneeze, people look at you. People are like giving you side eye, and it's like, no, it's like super allergies. I do not have the thing. It is called fall pollen and leaves and ick, as well as, you know, a healthy dose of whatever's up in the upper atmosphere. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you can't do anything. People, like, side-eye you. It's just like, dude, I do not have the plague. So this is part of I'm not gonna look at the FAQ and figure out where I have to go. There's a boss, I do know there's a boss fight in this temple, though. I'd like to get through the boss fight. Because the other problem is I don't want to go to bed too early, because then I'll be up at like 4 in the morning. And nobody wants that either. That is... You know, it's one of the nice things I've discovered about streaming on the weekdays is that it keeps me from, like, just crashing out. Because there have been a few days where I've come home and just sat down. I'm just going to sit down on the sofa for a couple of minutes. Many hours later, I wake up. Write a diary entry, yes. I gotta get a box of Kleenex. I got a new box of Kleenex for the office. Yeah, the idea is to make it to bedtime. I feel like I'm... Yeah, I have built-in unwinding. I do a lot of, like, I do a lot of, like, I lay out my clothes and I get cleaned up. I do, like, a showering and stuff. I do all that at night because I'm really not a morning person. So all of that lets me unwind. So I've kind of built that into... my evening. And I haven't been super high energy streaming with this game. This has been kind of a chill, sort of. Like, I'm voice acting it a little bit, but not much. Who's that? I can feel a powerful evil aura. Who dares disturb my slumber? All who intrude must pay the price. Oh, geez. Artemis, I don't think I can handle this. Come on, Venus, get a grip. Have I had... Oh, yeah, no, I don't have... It's just me, so I can do my routine whenever I want. Literally the hardest thing, I think, has been remembering my lunch. Right on. I'm sure the Rias Topaz is important. Oh hey, she was possessed or some stuff. I thank you. Some manner of foul presence was controlling me. Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? I'm the pretty soldier who fights for love and beauty, Sailor Venus. Of course. I am called Sage Radina, Lady Sailor Venus. I was once your faithful servant on Earth, and you stand before me once again like in a dream. I hate to interrupt your adoration, but I have some bad news. Everyone in Rias village has been turned to stone. What could have happened? Ah, the village protected by Lord Kunzite. Ages past, the two of you used to meet there, my lady. I would pile top ramen. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing, is I'm going to get some cup noodles and keep them at work. Thanks to the reincarnation of the Prince of Earth. A ward was created on the off chance that Kunzite wouldn't reincarnate. Somehow it was never removed. As for the men of Rias being turned to stone, it was likely punishment for disrespecting Lord Kunzite's statue. But why am I okay then? Lord Kunzite ensured that the ward would cause you no harm, Lady Venus. So I'm the only exception. In your previous incarnation, Lord Kunzite was smitten. I'm going to find that piece of art from Art Book 1, and I will tweet it, because you absolutely need it. It explains so much about these side stories. Yeah, I'm not supposed to eat a lot of salt, but I think I'm going to get some cup noodle and just keep them in my desk. The village! How do we fix the village? Use your sacred power on the statue. In doing so, the village should return to normal. Sacred power? What do you mean? I speak of the holy light that you possess. Since when do I have a holy light? I only pretended to be the princess. I mean, I can shoot beams, which is pretty cool, but a holy light? Artemis. That's it! She means crescent beam. Originally, your soldier powers weren't meant just for offense. Really? Oh, this is, Sailor Moon was the first anime I really fell in love with, so I know I used to know all the deep lore, but I definitely, I just need to, I have absolutely no idea where those are stored. Actually, I should probably just look on the net, because the scans that I have of the art books are from, like, when I was in undergrad, so they're probably terrible. Only your sacred power can save the village. Yeah, that's why I do have I do have issues with blood pressure, so I try to lay off the salt. But, I mean, what else are you gonna put, what else is wrapped in plastic? Oops. I should have done the AoE. That's gonna, survive in your desk indefinitely. What I've also considered doing is making like a bunch of lunches on the weekends and then just taking like 5 lunches and just putting them in the refrigerator. Yeah, I don't want to eat fish in my job. Eating fish at work can be some people consider that rude because then like the whole place smells like fish. Like, I love me some tuna salad, but I also respect that not everybody wants to smell fish for the rest of the day after I've eaten lunch. See, I'm in a large communal space, so... I can't get away with stuff like that. Yeah. It's not, and I've been getting better, and which is like, it's not like I'm going to eat it every single. The way I figure it is, I'm not going to eat it every single day. I'm only going to eat it when I need to. I kind of want to explore the rest of this area first, especially now that we got this down. She needs more speed. So yeah, top ramen. Cup noodle it is. I will channel my inner Gladio and embrace the cup noodle. I will make that sweet, sweet Final Fantasy 15 reference. Funny thing, I have not actually watched the Final Fantasy 16 trailer yet. Which I know is probably, like, mind-blowing. Like, how have you not watched that yet? Just, I really haven't... That's how, like, tired and backed up I've been. I literally did not even know that the WandaVision trailer dropped until today when I saw Movie Bob did a video about it, and I was like, wait, WandaVision trailer? And somebody, I was like, yeah, that, like, dropped on Sunday. Where have you been? Obviously under a rock. Because I totally missed that the WandaVision trailer dropped, so... No, I know that it was, I think this is gonna be where the final boss fight is. I know that it happened, like, I know people, like... I knew that the Final Fantasy 16 trailer dropped during the PlayStation presser. Obviously, I was at work when the presser was happening, so I couldn't watch it, and I just never, like, got around to looking at it. So, hey, you know, such is life. My dad used to say that's life in the big city. Yeah, I'm not super, like, since I'm not an early adopter, generally, for that kind of thing, it's like, I'll watch it when I get around to it, but it's not like, I'm not, like, I know people are, like, freaking out because they can't order PS5s, and I'm like, I don't want the first edition anyway. I'm not going to be a beta tester for Sony. I'll let them put it out. Oh, okay, I think we went all the way around. We totally did. Okay, cool. Everything's connected. Wait for 15. Yeah, that's... I mean, I'm not going to be playing it on the PC. This thing isn't gonna... I'm sure, even under Windows, this isn't gonna... This still... I mean, at the end of the day, this is a 2012. It's a Mac Pro, and it's pretty souped up for what it is. But at the end of the day, it's a computer from... It's an 8-year-old computer. And would I like a new one? Yes, but there are not a lot of good options at the moment. An age issue. Mine's only about 4 years old. Yeah, it's... Like, I know what I'd like to do, but I do not have the technical chops to do... Like, I've been reading a little bit about... Like, I could build my own, but I don't want to run Windows. I'm in the Mac environment, and like, yes, I know that there are ways around this, but it's, from what I gather, super touchy and difficult to get running. I could go Linux, but, I mean, I'm already using, because I don't have Office 365 subscription anymore. So, I downloaded, I'm back to Apache OpenOffice, which I forgot how actually really good that is. I have Pages, Keynotes, and Numbers, but there are just things that OpenOffice does that, like Keynote, especially Notes or Numbers. I'm really not digging on Numbers. I feel like it's a really nerfed spreadsheet program. Yeah, I used OpenOffice when the only reason I stopped using OpenOffice in grad school was there's a template for something that we had to use a lot, and OpenOffice broke it. Because, you know, OpenOffice is pretty good about converting until you get into like macros and drop-downs and stuff, and then it stopped working, so let's straighten out this whole situation. So it was just kind of alright, fine. I'll go to the campus, you know, bookstore, and I'll get my free copy of Office. I knew you'd be back. I'm gonna squish your mean face with this stony boy. Not gonna happen. I've had enough of this. Why won't you stand still? That's not cool. Mr. Monster, excuse me, could you do something about her? Yeah, templates are a bit of a killer. Yeah, it was a mess. Woohoo. That wasn't too hard. Let's do this. Okay, I am going in the right order here. And now... I was getting to that... Oh, yes, I know what you want. Hopefully, everybody is not stone anymore. Stone's starting to melt. I guess maybe go out into the village? Question mark. But yeah, for basic and OpenOffice Draw is like my new favorite thing ever, because you can do like banners and stuff with it. The petrification seems to have faded away. We can move again! Yay! But who in the world managed to save us? It was Lady Venus! Woohoo! So these guys are all like, this is a village of all men. So they are like all over her. I'm not talking about images, I'm talking about, I do a lot of work in GIMP. I have not played with Inkscape. I'm trying to teach myself Scribus at the moment. Yeah, she has a, like, all these boys are all over her. But, so I've been using, but if I need, like, I only have access to an 8.5 by 11 printer. So the nice thing about Draw, I can put a very long banner graphic and it'll break it up into 8.5 by 11 pieces that I just have to put back together with glue. And it lets me do some really spiffy things. Yeah, these boys are... Here's a present! Have something to put in? These are all, like, items. Yeah, it's basically Publisher. It's Microsoft Publisher. Guys, it's going a little overboard. We are leaving. Not again. What do we do now? Same thing we did last time. Run for it. How about we run out of the village this time? Let's head to Darcy's place. Yeah, so I've been... Like, that's the nice thing, is there's pretty much an open source application for just about anything you want to do out there now. I know Inkscape is vectorizing. I haven't had any call for that. Thank you for saving us. I knew we could count on you. I hope you'll accept this. I think it really suits you. There we go. You look gorgeous just holding it. Thank you. You've been so nice to me. Venus, if we're all done here, shouldn't we be getting back home? Oh, you ruined a perfectly romantic moment. Sorry, Darcy. I don't want to go, but I have to. How do I get back to the surface? You don't. I got used to Adobe Illustrator, fell in love with vector graphics. Yeah, for a lot of the stuff I'm doing, you know, just raster graphics are fine. If you go north, you'll find something that used to belong to you. It's the Ark of Sailor Venus. Supposedly it has a transporter that can take you back above ground. How'd you know I'm Sailor Venus? It's because you have Lord Kunzite's stone. He was our master, and that stone is his symbol. The only one who can take it is Sailor Venus. The Ark was a vessel for going back and forth between Earth and the Moon. And if you were its pilot, I think that's our airship. My Ark. Darcy, thanks for everything. Venus? Promise me something. Say you'll come back here one day. My friends are waiting for me. I have to go. Right. Sorry, I know I was asking the impossible. You are the goddess of beauty. To have had a chance just to talk with you it's certainly something that puts a smile on my face. I guess I only wanted to get some more alone time with you. Listen, we've found monsters aboard the Ark lately, so watch your back. I'll be careful and I'll try to come back someday. See ya! Oh, okay. Okay, how close are we? I would like to finish this section tonight. I think we're pretty close. I'm peeking at the guide to see how close we are and if it's feasible to finish the section tonight, which it totally is. Because I think we're close. I think we're close enough to finish the last fight here. If I can remember where out of the village is, that would be super useful. Found it! Let's go back to our AoE. Yeah, I feel like the Sailor Venus Ark is our airship. Because we're, I think roughly, I want to say we're roughly halfway through the game. I think we're at the end of chapter 2 of 4. Maybe. I know there's some time traveling shenanigans that need to happen. You can't have a JRPG. No, you can't have a JRPG without an airship. It's just wouldn't be proper. Just wouldn't be proper. Okay, y'all finally got out of the way. Good, good, excellent. Alright, conspicuously placed save point. Let's use it. And I know that there needs to be a point here where... I know there's a point where you... Yes, board the arc. You have to... You know, I need to spend some quality time with the outers. With the outer Senji as well. This is cool as heck! And it has some really rockin' music, too. What the? What is it? Oh, our Valley girlfriend. I keep getting hit by waves of nostalgia, but as far as I know, this is my first time I've been here. Well, this was yours in your past life. Now that you mention it, Ridian said that Kunzite and I would spend time together in Rias. Did I really love him in the past? Anything's possible, I suppose. Let's hurry. Alright. There is. Where is? Oh, shoot. We may have to actually, we may have missed something. Yeah, alright. Hang on. We need to very quickly reset because we forgot something that we're definitely going to need here shortly. Software reset. There is an item. Yes. There is an item that we need to kind of finish this fight. Or at the very least, to make this fight a lot easier. Okay, I needed to go left first. Go left! Aha! Yes, alrighty then. That Topaz Tiara is really, really good. It's gonna boost one of our stats, and it's gonna boost it a lot. Okay, that's what I thought. So now we've got any defense up we can do is good. Yeah, the Topaz Tiara is the important one just because it really, really just... like, you need that. This is a boss fight, and any defense that you can get for yourself in a boss fight. And let's do this. Yeah. Boss fight's good. Or defense in boss fights, very good. Alright, we already looked at this. What the... Yes, nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia. We get it, we get it, we get it. Yeah, especially when you're soloing it. Yeah, since everybody's doing solo stuff. Yeah, it's... Yeah, it's really easy to TPW when there's when you're a party of one. Yes, yes. Deluxe box lunch. Those are all like healing items and stuff. I can sense someone. You there! Show yourself! How'd you know I was here? It's my ship. Nobody can pull the cotton over my eye. It's wool. Don't you mean pull the wool? She's like the worst at idioms. You've got the stone, don't you? Why'd you go and steal that stone? It's mine. Gimme now! Yeah, defense good. Defense very good. Offense even better. Oh yeah, that was super worth it. I lost! Why are you so strong, you big bully? Ha! I'm just stronger. Like they say, the smallest cat meows the loudest. This sucks. And by the way, I'm not a cat. I think it's the smallest dog barks the loudest. Whatever. I'm going to be Lady Apsu's favorite no matter what. Yes. Oh yeah, these are the Opposito Senshi. These are the big bads of the game. Nabu, okay, yes. What's going on? Do you have a new imaginary friend or something? You're totally freaking me out. She has an entire conversation that we see in her little cutscene. Probably needed to grind it a lot more than I needed to. But I wanted to finish that puzzle. That's awesome! She's floating! Lady Apsu, I want to come too! Ah! Now I'm floating too! Help me! Nabu has brought a companion. I suppose you may. So she's just kind of along for the ride. Yeah, it came down to wanting to get the puzzle pieces done. I'm the best of them all. I deserve. That's not how this works. Also, you're not the best. Better watch out, because you're gonna get your just desserts. Not the first time I've heard that. Well, if we're all done here, we should get back to Japan. Everyone's expecting us back soon. Yeah, I bet Usagi's waiting on pins and needles. You actually got one right. But of course. You should know by now I don't mess up. Yes, you do. Verna, Radina, and Darcy. Until the day I awaken my true power, and I'm able to make this arc move again. This is goodbye. You know, I bet Sailor Moon could move this arc pretty easily. Jeez, Artemis! I was trying to have a moment! Never mind, let's just go. Yuju, Sailor Moon can eventually move the arc. The arc comes back. It's Artemis. Mina and I are down in Turkey. Want to compose a diary entry? Yes, we're going to compose a diary entry. And then we get to be the pink spore. Yes, the one that's the Princess of the Moon is the strongest. Chapter 3. Alright, we're gonna stop there. So I'm going to booth. Go back to the booth and first I'm going to stop emulation so I don't have to hear the music. Quit SNES. Okay. So thanks everybody for hanging out. That was super fun. And we got a lot done. We got we completely got out of that section. So next week we get to start out by being Chibi Moon, the pink spore. She's sweet. She's just irritating. She's a kid. She's a small child, and and she acts like it. But Sunday, we're probably going to do some more Ultima. We are going to finish that first dungeon. If it is, hopefully we can finish that first dungeon. I think I know where I messed up, and I think I have enough items to get us to where we want to be. So that's going to be Sunday. We're going to do some Ultima. And then next week, we will continue with this. There probably will not be any other streams this weekend. I've got some plans. So thanks everybody for hanging out, for following, for subscribing, for chatting, for lurking, for watching, for spending some time in the evening with me. It's been awesome. I'm really, you too. Thank you. I've really been enjoying this game, and I'm enjoying sharing it with you. So, like I said, see you all Sunday. And as always, thanks for watching.